free yards, but no more than that. Second down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Throwing on first down. Gunter. And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. And the Broncos are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
And Brandon, how many times have we talked to these rookies out there, and then we finally hear from them that the game slowed down and they're able to handle things? Not so far for this rookie, because right now, back-to-back drives, they picked him off. Not college football anymore. He's got to find a way to handle what these defenses throw at him.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time. That'll bring up second down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On third down, Wilson. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Throwing is Wilson. And the Raiders have got him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And some room to maneuver. There he goes, left side. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now 14-0.
Raiders nothing.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey already? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it 4th down. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now it's Wilson. Looking sideline, incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now it's Wilson. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. This offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. They'll give to Williams, running right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. They run it again with Williams. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run it with Williams. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They were held out last time. Here now is 3rd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash and a bit of a tight angle. The kick by McManus is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Here we go with Williams. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The type of game that he's having running the football, there was no doubt who they were giving the ball to.
So why didn't they just go ahead and go after him on defense? Right?
Yeah,
if you know,
on him.
right? You know he's having that type of a game. Who else would you expect to get the football? I would have taken my chances and sold out defensively to stop him. And if anyone else picks it up, I tip my cap to him.
From the 36, Wilson. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Operating from the gun. Gunter. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. Davante Adams. 26 yards. And the Raiders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And some space here. Shoves him aside. 210 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here you really like it.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it off him.
But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
From the shotgun, Wilson. He completes this to Sutton. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, the defender was right on him.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Buying time to his left. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to have the football here at their 18-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Off play action. Gunter. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Here's A.J. Cole now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Second and 11 now. Wilson throwing the out route incomplete. That's Patrick. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They try the left side here with Williams. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Man, 222 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Williams. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, down at the 33. He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, Looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it. Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown, Raiders! Devontae Adams. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Raiders have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Phillips now from the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
And by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They give it to Williams, running right. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now Williams running left. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Partner, that'll do it. These week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation. A fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for the Broncos, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets.